have Alexander Fernandez Kohler. Thank you, Alex, for joining us. And can you introduce yourself a little bit?
Sure. I'm Alexander Fernandez Köhler. I'm 21 years old. I live in Germany, Bavaria, and I'm going to do my bachelor's in international law in The Hague University.
How come you have chosen Vietnam and Climate.vn as an NGO for your volunteer experience?
I chose Vietnam because I've always been interested in Vietnam, in its history, Vietnamese war, colonization, politics. I kind of knew a lot about it, so that's why I chose Vietnam.
How about Climate.vn?
Climate.vn, due to my IB diploma, I had a lot to do with climate change. I wrote several essays on climate change, and my final thesis statement was about the urban heat island effect, so therefore I kind of had a background in it.
Interesting. How long have you been here?
I've been here for 4 months. I was originally only going to stay for 3 months, but then I extended for another month.
Yeah, what made you extend?
I would say multiple things. The people, the local volunteers I met, I'm really good friends with them. I met very interesting people in terms of international volunteers, made a lot of friends. It was a beautiful time I had, really nice, exciting. The food was awesome. I like Hanoi a lot.
Yeah.
I like the countryside, the cityscape, but also my work experience with Climate.vn was amazing.
That's very nice. Can you share a little bit about your working experience with climate?
Sure. My work experience with Climate.vn, I guess my two most memorable work experiences with Climate.vn were, the first one was my very first day, in which I was invited to a meeting in which Kian, just before the meeting started, told me that I might have to be careful with what I say and very cautious, as the people we are going to meet are government officials. So that was very touchy, very, very interesting. On my very first day, I didn't even spend 2 hours in the office, and I was invited to that meeting. So that was very memorable, very exciting. My other experience was probably the fact that I was invited to be the person to create the problem statements for the Techathon competition, in which applications had to be developed within 48 hours by programmers, and I had to come up with 4 mobile applications that they have to develop in these 48 hours. So it was very interesting and very exciting to see something that you thought of come to life within a weekend. So that was great.
Yeah. As far as I know, you've been in Sapa and Hạ Long, right?
Right.
Can you share with us some experience you had there?
Sure. I did a bunch of trips, including Sapa, Ha Long Bay, and Ninh Bình province. And I would say like my 2 favorite ones were probably Sapa, because we arrived at 5 o'clock in the morning by sleeper bus, and at 8 o'clock, 8:30ish, we started hiking up Mount Fansipan, highest mountain in Indochina. And because it's 3,100 something meters in height, you usually spend 3 days hiking. We did it in 1 day. It was very adventurous, very dangerous, and totally worthwhile. The other memorable experience was my road trip to Ninh Bình province, Cuc Phuong National Park, Hoa Lu, Chang'an, totally worth it. Beautiful scenery Hanoi has. Road trip was a hot day on the motorbikes. Great experience.
That sounds a little bit crazy, climbing Fansipan in 1 day, right?
Sure.
How did it work out for you?
How it worked out for me? Well, that was just very hard, very exhausting, very difficult. We actually had to take painkillers on our descent from the mountain. It was a 14-hour continuous hike. We only had 1 break, and that was 40 minutes maybe on the second base camp. We were drenched in water and mud, terrible weather, but that just made it more exciting. Yeah.
Yeah. Can you tell us a little bit about some other trips you have in Vietnam?
Well, the other trips were very basic and yeah, around the city, inside the city, Temple of Literature, Ho Chi Minh Mausoleum. I did all of that kind of stuff. I've been to villages outside of Hanoi, Fisher Village, visited schools, the basic stuff everybody does, yeah.
That's always interesting, right?
Yeah, definitely interesting.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing, and I hope to see you again soon in Vietnam.
Yep, thank you very much. Okay.
Hi, my name is Paul Swerdlow. I'm an Australian shopping centre professional currently working here in Hanoi with the Climate Change Resilience Centre. I'm pleased to be able to talk with you today about our eco-friendly shopping bag project. The fact that you are viewing this video demonstrates to us that you are concerned about and care for the environment and what the future holds for you and your families. There are, of course, many issues facing us in regard to the environment, including air pollution, water shortages, contaminated foodstuffs, ever-increasing amounts of refuse, and shortage of landfill sites. One issue we are sure you are aware of is the damage being done to the environment by the widespread use of plastic bags, not only here in Vietnam, but throughout the world. The damage they cause to the waterways, causing flooding, to animals and sea creatures, swallowing and choking on them. The visual pollution that they create are issues that we at CCRC believe need some proactive action to combat the growing problem. To this end, we are planning to launch an eco-friendly shopping bag that we hope people will see as the future way to shop. We want people to think about the problems that plastic bags cause when they go shopping and to take our eco-friendly shopping bag with them every time they plan a trip to the shops. By taking the eco bag with you, you can say no to the plastic bag that the shop assistant offers you and know that by doing so, you are doing your bit to protect the environment and your family's future. We look forward to your support when we launch our project. In the meantime, we ask you to think carefully before you take that plastic bag. Do you really need it? Thank you very much for watching our video.
Hi, my name is Liza, and I'm working as a Social Communications Officer with the Climate Change Resilience Centre. The Climate Change Resilience Centre is a Hanoi-based NGO which is focused on the fight against climate change. Climate change is a major issue in Vietnam. Its topography and geography make it vulnerable to flooding, storms, coastal erosion and sea level changes. The Climate Change Resilience Centre helps in this fight in a number of ways. One of these is by implementing projects and programmes which both research and apply solutions to climate change. Secondly, it organises events such as workshops, conferences and training on climate change to raise awareness. Thirdly, it partners with domestic and foreign entities. So an example of one of these activities was an initiative to reduce plastic bags. This involved a day without plastic bags and also the successful advocacy of a modest environmental tax on plastic bag use. Additionally, the Climate Change Resilience Centre has consulted on various other projects such as forest degradation, disaster management and other training and communication campaigns on climate change. The Climate Change Resilience Centre remains committed to the fight against climate change effects and will do so by communicating and engaging with individuals, communities and organisations in the hope for a more climate friendly and green tomorrow.